Hello everybody, I'm Melissa and welcome back to Book Bar and welcome to my favorite video of the month, my monthly Stats and Faves, where I talk about all of my statistics and favorite reads of the month. If you are interested in full thoughts on any of the books that I read this month, I will have my mid-month and my end-of-month wrap-up linked above. You can check out those. My mid-month wrap-up, I talk about 7 books, and my end-of-month wrap-up, I talk about 11 and 1 DNF. So we're just gonna get on into it. In the month of May, I read a total of 18 books with 1 DNF for a total of 7,193 pages and an average page count of 399. I had 10 5-star reads, 5 4.5-star reads, 4 2-star reads, and 1 3-star read. So a fairly good reading month, nothing lower than a 3, and really, I mean how many 3.5 stars, so very good reading month. I read 2 physical books, 4 ebooks, 6 strictly audiobooks, and 6 were a mixture of listening and reading. I read 13 books with some form of representation, and 6 books had author representation, so back on my 25% mark, which is good. Because I fell behind the month before. But yeah, I read 9 new releases, 6 2023 releases, and 3 2020 to 2022 releases. And new releases is anything that is released in the year of 2024. So there's that. I read 5 books via library audio, 2 books via KU, 5 I had owned from Audible, 2 physical books, like I said, that were on my physical TBR, 2 ARC ebooks, 2 ARC audiobooks, and then 6 traditionally published books, and 12 independently published books, which is good because I felt like the month before I was very opposite. Like I read a lot more traditionally published than I did indie. This month I read 4 ARCs, like I said, 2 audio, 2 ebook. 1 book was a reread, 3 books made me cry, and I read 5 new to me authors, which is kind of low. Don't love that, so that's okay. My genre breakdown is a lot smaller. I really only read 4 main genres, 5 contemporary romances, 6 fantasy and paranormal romances, 4 small town romances, 4 sports romances, and 3 small town romances. I had 28% of my reads were blue, 22% were black, 11 green, 11 pink, 11 white, 5 yellow, 5 orange, and 5 were multiple colors, like too many to count. And now for the best part, my top 5. I actually do have 2 honorable mentions. The first one being One Dark Window, but until I read 2 Twisted Crowns, I don't want to say this is a favorite because I need to read the second book first. And then the other one is Powerful by Lauren Roberts because that book absolutely broke me, but it isn't, I don't want to spoil anything, so that's why. But yeah, it isn't a new absolute fave, but it did break me and made me really excited for what is to come in Reckless next month, I believe. It comes out in July, I think. Now, for the best part, my top 5. So coming in at number 5, I have a tie with, number 5 is a tie between Gridlocked on the Gridiron by Denton and Forbidden Game by Madison Fox. Both were new releases that were read this month in my new release vlog. The Gridlocked on the Gridiron is a new author, so debut. The author is Indian American, and the hero is Indian American. There's also deals with an abusive relationship in the past, and yeah, it was just fantastic. Fake dating, hate to love, we love to see it. And then Forbidden Game by Madison Fox is the second game in her System series, Gamer Romances. This follows Parker and Sydney. Parker is the blue gamer, known as English Coffee, and Sydney is like their PR publicist, keeps the things that they do out of the media. And they had a moment 5 years ago before she started working for them where things happened, and then she was introduced as their employee. So they stopped, but they've always both really still just had massive crushes on each other. But yeah, fantastic, loved it. Then at number 4 was Skies Over Caledonia by Samantha. This is the 4th book in the Highland series, which is like a spin-off of the Adair family series. And this follows Jared McCulloch and Allegra Howard. Allegra is Aria from book 2's sister, and Jared is Sarah from book 3's cousin. And they enter into a marriage of convenience, and it is amazing. And the amount of times that Jared says, "my wife," amazing. Then at number 3, King of Sloth by Anna Huang. I adored this. This is the 4th book in the Kings of Sin series. The first one being King of Wrath, then King of Pride, then King of Greed, which is still my favorite in the series. But King of Sloth is phenomenal, and I absolutely adored this. I gave 5 stars. Of course, all of these are 5 stars. But this is Javier and Sloane. And Javier is a billionaire playboy, and Sloane is a publicist PR person who is hired to kind of like fix his image, and things don't necessarily go according to plan, but they enter in like a dating dare kind of, so like a dating bet where they're gonna date for a while and see where things go, and of course they're both gonna realize that they're head over heels for each other. And yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. Then at number 2 is another new release that is absolute perfection, and that is Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. This is the 1st book in her new Sparrow Hills series. This is a new release also in my new release vlog. This was one of the arcs I read. It was so good. This follows Anson and Rhodes, and if you read the Lost and Found series, you saw like a glimpse of Anson, and you know he's broken. And then at the beginning of Fragile Sanctuary, you learn what happened to Rhodes and why she is struggling with what she's struggling with. And she's decided she needs to go back to where all the problems happened and rebuild her house. And yeah, I did not see the bad guy coming at all. I was shocked. I had lots of theories on who it was, and this person didn't even cross my mind a single time. So yeah, so good. Loved it. Definitely worth it. And then at number 1 is, again, 2 books, but these 2 go together. This is Glow and Heat of the Everflame. Putting them as one because I literally read them back to back. I couldn't even tell you where Glow of the Everflame ended because I immediately had to pick up Heat of the Everflame after what had happened. I was like, nope, I need to keep going. And yeah, I mean, I do remember what happened, but I had to immediately pick it up and just continue. So this is these are the 2nd and 3rd books in the Kindred Curse saga. And my brain still can't comprehend what happened, especially at the end of Heat of the Everflame. I'm like, I need Burn to come now. But I know, obviously, that the author is doing the best she can. But yeah, absolutely adored this series. Absolutely adoring this series. Like I said last month in my April Stats and Faves, I had put Spark of the Everflame on because it was, even though it was only 4 stars, and I had another 5-star book, because I said we'll see how the other 2 books go, and I was right. Those 2 books really made me love Spark even more, and yeah, I'm so excited for the 4th book, and we'll see what happens. But so the 1st book follows a girl named DM who is living in Mortal City, and she ends up witnessing something that makes her join the revolution against the Descended, and things happen from there. She meets someone named Luther. It's amazing. I love it, and I definitely think you should read it. But yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, leave me a fire emoji for the Everflame, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. It really helps me out, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye.